Tina, what are you doing right now? Why are you out in the middle of the day? I'm at work as usual. Because it's a weekday. Good grief, you're still working? I've been telling you since forever to just hurry up and quit. A woman is supposed to stay at home after she gets married. Making money is the man's job. That's what I was doing when I was your age. My dear grandson Noah's still so small. It's not fair on him. Times have changed since then, you know. The cost of living is higher now, so it's difficult to get by on a husband's salary alone. And Noah's in elementary school now, so I don't have to see him 24/7. Do not talk back to your mother-in-law. There's no way my Jack's salary isn't enough on its own. Are you sure it's not just you being bad with money? You must be neglecting the finances because you're working too much. This is all the more reason for you to stop working. Even if you say that, you should quit your job and start devoting a little more time to learn how to cook. I tried the stew in the kitchen, but it tasted awful. Huh? Wait, did you come to our house again? Yes. I had errands to run, so I stopped by on the way. But no one was in, so I messaged you. Just hold on. Did you get another spare key made without telling us? I told you to stop doing that. Do not enter our house when we're not there. Why not? It's my son's house. Besides, I have to conduct surprise checks every now and then to make sure you're not slacking on the housework. And just as I suspected, whatever was in the pot was absolutely disgusting. Inside the fridge was a disorganized mess too. Don't eat our food without permission. That's our supper. I can't let my Jack or little Noah eat anything that disgusting. I threw it in the trash, so make it again. What? You throw it away? You'll get ill if you eat things like that. The flavor was too strong. It had a weird acidic taste. And it smelled weird. So I threw it all in the trash. What? Are you joking? You threw the chicken stew I've been preparing since this morning into the bin? That's Jack and Noah's favorite dish. Don't tell lies. There's no way Jack would like something that disgusting. My tenderly cooked chicken. What are you doing there? Did you just go there to throw away our food? Oh yes, I forgot. I'll be having a tea party with some friends this Sunday. I'd like you to bake us some confectionery for the occasion. Your cooking might be utterly hopeless, but you can at least do baking, can't you? Cakes, cookies, anything will do. I want you to prepare us something as spectacular as possible. There will be 6 of us attending, so be sure to make lots. What? You want me to bake you something? No, I can't. I have plans this weekend. I told you before, didn't I? Surely you don't have plans first thing in the morning. If you get up early, you'll have it done in a jiffy. Please start thinking for yourself for a change. Cakes and cookies can't be made in a jiffy, can they? They take time. Anyway, I'm busy on the weekend. Can't you just buy them at the store? But I already told my friends there's going to be a wonderful handmade confectionery. I can't give them from a shelf now. Anyway, I'm counting on you. Toodles! Not Toodles. I can't and I won't. Remember the last time you forced me to make something? You didn't even pay for the ingredients. I don't have as much free time as you think. Listen to me. I will not be making you anything. Hey, Jack. Your mom decided to let herself into our house again. She threw the chicken stew I made in the trash.
What? Seriously? Damn it, that's my favorite dish!
Didn't you take the spare key off her? You said you were going to talk to her about this.
Well, I know, but she insisted it'd be more convenient if she had a key in case anything happened. Then she started crying and said, "Don't be so cruel to your old mother! I felt bad. I didn't have the nerve to take it off her by force.
Don't let her play you like that! Do you have any idea how many times she's thrown my dishes in the trash? It's such a waste, and the food expenses are going through the roof. If she doesn't cut this out, we're going to be in serious trouble.
Come on, can't you see that she's lonely? My dad's out at work all day. You and I might not be that far away, but we do live separately. Surely it's fine if she comes over to keep herself busy now and then.
Is it fine for her to illegally enter our home because she's lonely? Is it fine for her to help herself to the food I slave over a hot stove to cook, complain that it's disgusting, and throw it away? Is it fine for her to order me to bake cakes for her at tea parties without giving me a single penny for the ingredients? I'm sick of you being manipulated by your selfish mother, using loneliness as your get-out-of-jail-free card.
Fine, I get it. I'll make her see sense somehow.
I'm not interested in half-hearted vagaries like make her see sense. Go to her house today on the way home from work. And get the spare key off of her for real this time. If she dares shows up here next Sunday, I'm seriously gonna lose it. Do you understand?
I get it. I'll get a hold of it somehow.
I'm very disappointed in you, Tina. I requested that you make some confectionery, but no matter how long I waited, nothing came. So I took it upon myself to go and collect it. No one was home, so I let myself in. What on earth was all that? There was a feast laid out on the table. You even prepared cake, despite not making what I asked you to. To think you live in such luxury when my Tom is out working. I won't allow it. On top of that, I tried a bit of everything, but it tasted awful. So I threw all of the food on the table in the trash. I took the cake for myself, though. Do you know what day it is today? Huh? I'm asking if you know what day it is today. Did you know when you did it? What do you mean? I don't follow. It's Noah's birthday today. What? The feast laid out on the table as well as the cake were all for Noah. I told you I had plans, didn't I? Those plans were to invite Noah's friends over to celebrate his birthday. The reason I'm not home right now is because I went to meet his friends at the train station. I can't believe you managed to throw all the food in the trash and steal his cake in such a short space of time. No matter how much you might not like me, to ruin Noah's birthday like this is just cruel. You're the worst mother-in-law on the planet. It's Noah's birthday today? What? You don't remember your own grandson's birthday? You're not old enough to be going senile. No, I knew it was sometime this month, but I didn't think it was today. If that was the case, why didn't you tell me beforehand? You're the one who cut the conversation off before I had the chance to tell you. Didn't Jack explain this to you? He was supposed to be going to your house. I haven't heard of such a thing. And why on earth didn't you invite us to Noah's birthday party in the first place? I did plan on inviting you, but you told me you were hosting a tea party. So I thought you could stop by another time and didn't say anything. Plus, your husband's at work. More importantly, how do you plan on making up for this? I had to cancel Noah's birthday party because of you. And after his friends went through the trouble of coming. What? Why did you have to cancel it? You could have ordered takeout for the food and grabbed a cake from the store. There are many alternatives. At least no one would have to eat your terrible cooking that way. What are you talking about? Noah can't eat regular food or cakes. You know that, right? Huh? Why? What? Are you seriously telling me you don't even remember Noah has allergies? Allergies? Noah? Since when? Since he was born. I told you as soon as I found out he had them. And since he can't eat milk, eggs, or shrimp, I made today's cake especially made to be allergen-free. The food too. And since some of Noah's friends are gluten intolerant, I went to a lot of effort to make sure everyone would have something to eat. It's going to take a long time to remake everything from scratch. Noah was so looking forward to finally being able to eat the same things as his friends. I didn't know that! You never tell me anything! I think what you mean is that you don't listen. You do nothing but talk about yourself. You don't even care about things that could put your grandson's life in danger. I can't let someone that dangerous near my son. So you better not come to our house until his allergies have gotten better. I'll be changing the locks. What? Why? I don't want someone who doesn't understand Noah's allergies coming and going as they please. For now, all you've done is throw our meals away. But who knows whether you might decide to cook him something yourself one day that contains stuff he's allergic to. Anyway, Noah's upset that you ruined his birthday. He burst into tears and shouted, "I don't want to see Grandma!" Well, I didn't know about his birthday or the allergies. Surely it can't be helped. I'm Jack's mother and Noah's grandmother. Surely my son's house is the same as my house? I can't accept you banning me from entering. Give it a rest. You trampled all over what was supposed to be a fun day for the kids. All for your own satisfaction. I've tolerated you throwing away my food until now. But you're not getting away with what you did this time. If you illegally enter our home one more time, we're moving house and cutting all contact with you. Depending on the circumstances, even divorce with Jack isn't off the table. I'll take Noah and move in with my parents. What? Divorce? Divorce? You can't do that! I'm serious. It all depends on your attitude from here on out. I'm sorry. I apologize. Please forgive me. Please make Noah understand that I didn't mean to. I will not do such a thing. If you want to make this up to Noah, how about thinking for yourself for a change? As for me, forgiving you, I'll make that decision depending on whether I see change in your behavior. I have to go see Noah now, so excuse me. Toodles, mother-in-law. My mother-in-law immediately rushed over to apologize with cake and hors d'oeuvres in hand. But as usual, everything contained allergens. So we refused the food and took possession of her spare key. She stayed outside the front door shouting, causing a racket for a little while. But Noah, who was already in a bad mood from having his birthday ruined, took one look at her and shouted, "I hate Grandma!" and threw a screaming fit. She must have tattled on me to Jack straight away. Because when he got home, he started complaining at me, saying, "Don't make my mom cry." But I swiftly lectured on him on how it was entirely his fault for not taking the key off her in the first place. And when I said, "Should I take Noah and break off all contact with you?" he started panicking, got on his knees, and apologized. Jack's completely on my side now, and his mother, afraid of being cut out of our lives, stopped coming to our house out of the blue. Now, with an appropriate degree of space between us and the in-laws, our lives are comfortable and stress-free. The birthday party was successfully held the following Sunday. Everyone came over to join the celebrations, and Noah was finally able to eat the same cake as his friends for the first time. I'm so relieved that his birthday party didn't end up being a sad memory.
Anya, you got a minute? I need to talk to you about something.
Why, what do you want, Bruce? I'm having lunch with my friend right now.
I'm sorry, it won't take long. I hate to bug in when you're busy, but it's super important.
Make it quick. My luxury steak will be arriving any time now. It's hardly gonna taste good if it goes cold now, is it? Come on, out with it already. This better be good. Do you understand how valuable my time is?
Look, the thing is, I got fired from my job.
Excuse me?
Remember how I told you about my boss who hates my guts? The one who's had it in for me since day one? Seems like he didn't understand what kind of work we IT engineers actually do. He's been calling us all useless deadweights for months. It was mostly behind our backs until now. But last week, a new CEO stepped up. That new CEO decided the company needed to undergo some personnel reorganization in order to bring down costs. As part of that reorganization, my boss pitched the genius idea of laying off every single IT engineer because we were useless and don't contribute anything to the company. The new CEO, who I can only conclude is more tech illiterate than my grandma, believed his lies, resulting in every single IT engineer being laid off today, me included.
What? Are you telling me you're unemployed?
They told me to finalize all the handover paperwork this week, so I'll carry on working until the end of the month. But they said I won't be getting paid for any of it. Which means, yeah, starting today, I guess I'm unemployed.
This can't be happening. What the hell is going on?
Right? Seriously, what the hell's going on? I've always had a gut feeling their corporate practices were shady. I guess I just didn't think too much of it because it never affected me, until now.
No, I mean you! What the hell are you doing?
Huh?
You got fired from your job? How dare you! What do you plan on doing about it? What about the new luxury bag I bought yesterday? That cost me $1,500. Is it gonna pay for itself? What about the huge house we were gonna have built? Is it gonna build itself? What about the flights and accommodations for my holiday with my friends next month? Are they going to book themselves? What about cash withdrawals from your bank card? Are they gonna materialize out of goddamn thin air? Where am I gonna get my money from now? Do you seriously think it's acceptable to get fired?
Just try to be rational about this for a minute, Anya. I'm not gonna be making any money at all for a little while. At least until I find another job. So we're gonna have to tighten our belts a little. That means only spending on absolute necessities.
Oh my god, how dare you! This has got to be some kind of sick joke.
I'm sorry, babe, I really am. It's not all bad, though. There's a major shortage of IT engineers across several industries right now. I don't think it'll take me very long at all to find something else. All we have to do is survive in the meantime. It'd help so much if you got a part-time job, too. Can you do that for me, babe? Will you support me through this? I'm gonna find something new as quickly as I possibly can. I'm 100% committed. I know this is tough, but I just know that if we work as a team, we can get through it. We can get through anything. Let's work together and show the world what we're made of.
I want a divorce.
Huh?
I can't be married to some unemployed loser. Me? Get a part-time job? You must be out of your mind. I could never bring myself to do something so embarrassing. Can you imagine if my friends saw me working some supermarket job meant for poor people? I'd never live it down.
Wow, come on. Anya, really? Are you really being like this?
I don't want to tighten my belt like some destitute bum. I have a right to spend money, and I do not intend on relinquishing it. I have no interest in going out of my way to find a job where I'd probably have to work alongside high school dropouts to support my penniless wet noodle of a husband. I'd sooner divorce than downgrade my standard of living. I want a divorce, now.
What? Come on, you can't mean that, Anya! Seriously! You'd throw away our marriage over this? You've been spending my money like it grows on trees this whole time. You buy luxury bags, jewelry, you're always eating out with your friends, you go on holidays, and all on my dime. Then, the moment I get fired, you toss me out like some piece of garbage?
Duh, obviously. The only reason I married you in the first place was because you had a decent salary. Face it, I've always been out of your league. If you don't have any money, that leaves your value to me at precisely 0. Please tell me why any woman in her right mind would stay with you to deal with the mess you've made. What use is an ATM with no money in it?
Don't say things like that! I'm not an ATM, I'm a human being! We've been married for 3 years, damn it! Is that all I was to you this whole time? Did you never love me?
No. What I loved was spending your money. You're useless to me without that. You've outlived your use. I'm going to live with Mommy and Daddy. I'll leave the divorce papers on the table in the living room. You better make damn sure you hand them in ASAP. Goodbye.
Anya, please! Just give me one more chance, please! I'm begging you!
Bruce, pick up! This is urgent.
What is it? What do you want?
You don't have to speak to me like that. Look, I just bumped into one of your friends. She said you were climbing the corporate ladder and doing really well for yourself now. She said you are a manager? Your salary must be through the roof. Is it true you're living in the new luxury apartment block on Splendor Row? What on earth is going on, Bruce? I thought you got fired.
Whoopsie! Looks like I've been found out. Who was it? Who let the cat out of the bag?
Explain yourself! This isn't acceptable and you need to explain yourself at once.
I was sure it'd be at least a year before you found out. Oh well, there's no use hiding anymore. Alright, I confess. The thing is, I lied about everything.
Huh?
To tell you the truth, I was never unemployed. I was headhunted by one of my old co-workers from my last job.
Huh? What does that mean? Tell me!
It means I was never really unemployed at all. I lied. I mean, I did get fired, so I didn't lie about that bit. My boss really did call the IT engineers useless. And he really did fire us all in one fell swoop of blind idiocy. But coincidentally, on the very same day, I got an email from my old coworker inviting me to join his company. Apparently, he only got it up and running a few months back, but it was already growing at a mind-blowing pace, and their limited number of employees were struggling to keep up with demand. My skill set meant I required no training, so I was an immediate asset. And I was even offered a position as an IT manager, which meant my salary went up too. I didn't need to hear any more. I accepted immediately. Not only did I feel great about finally getting away from the boss whose hobby was treating me like crap, but it was great to be given the opportunity to work for my old coworker and friend at a company that would actually respect and appreciate me for my talent. It was a no-brainer based on that alone. But when I heard about how generously they were willing to pay me, I was over the moon. I'm surfing a wave of success and no one can bring me down.
But wait, this doesn't make any sense. Why did you tell me you got fired and were gonna be unemployed? You said you wouldn't be making money anymore. Why didn't you tell me you got headhunted by your friend?
I lied to you on purpose.
What? On purpose?
I intentionally told you I was unemployed, in the hope that you would divorce me. Honestly, though, I had no idea it'd be that easy.
What? You did it because you wanted to divorce me? Why? Weren't you happy? What did I do?
Because I was sick of you wasting all my money. We'd barely been married 5 minutes when you suddenly quit your job without telling me and decided you were going to be a stay-at-home housewife. You went out with your wannabe celeb friends every single day for luxury dinners and lunches. Or to the salon for manicures so expensive they could solve world hunger. You bought what seemed like the same goddamn jewelry and bags costing $1,500 a piece on a weekly basis. You went on more holidays than a Hollywood socialite. Basically, you did whatever the hell you wanted with my money, whenever you wanted, without any regard for how I might feel about it. You said you were going to be a stay-at-home housewife, but even then, you hired a housekeeper and left everything for her. Try putting yourself in my shoes for a moment. What's the point of having a wife like that?
It wasn't my fault. What was I supposed to do? All my friends' husbands are celebs who make over $100K a year. A woman has to keep up with the Joneses. What would you have me do? Be ostracized? Ugh, why am I even bothering? You can never understand.
That's right, I don't. I warned you countless times to stop wasting my money. I may as well have been speaking to a brick wall. You barely even acknowledged me, let alone had any intention of curbing your reckless habits. Which is why I thought it'd be useless to raise the issue of divorce since you'd only have ignored that too. I figured my only option was to scheme my way out. Thinking about it logically, I came to the conclusion that if my only value was my wallet, and if my wallet disappeared, you'd be more than happy to divorce me, and we probably wouldn't even fight over it. Man, did I hit the bullseye! It was a little embarrassing at the time, but I thought my whole beg like a clingy, desperate loser act at the end was worthy of an Oscar. Maybe I should take up acting as a side hustle.
Wait, this means that basically you tricked me? You lied, schemed, and contrived your way into a divorce.
To be completely honest, yes. Yes, that's exactly what I did. And now that we're divorced, I'm finally free! I no longer have to deal with you. I no longer have to deal with my abusive jerk of a boss. I get to work at a company where I'm valued and respected, and in a higher position to boot. No longer having to deal with your parasitic behavior means I get to spend every cent of my salary myself. Now I'm living a life carefree comfort in my luxury apartment with my adorably cute cat. I'm having the time of my life. Things have genuinely never been better, and I'm so happy.
Bruce, please. Listen, honey, I've been doing some thinking, and I think that maybe I misunderstood you.
Excuse me?
Well, now that you mention it, you are really hardworking and good at your job. Anyone who could find a new job so immediately after getting fired must be super smart and talented. I'm really proud of you for all you've done, honey. I was so shocked when you told me you got fired that I just couldn't think straight. I don't know what came over me when I said all those things. It was just the stress and worry talking. I never meant any of it. I'm really sorry. I regret divorcing you, babe. It was the biggest mistake of my life. What do you say? Shall we give it another shot? Let's get remarried.
You've gotta be kidding me! Why? No way! Why would I do that? Who voluntarily reinfects themselves after getting rid of a parasite? I would literally have to be insane to even consider remarrying you.
Look, Bruce, the thing is, something happened. I did initially move back in with my folks, but my dad had a stroke last month. There was no danger to his life, but we were told he would need constant care for the foreseeable future. I thought Mom would try forcing me to be his carer because I don't have a job. So I did what anyone would do and escaped in the night while they slept. I'm staying at a hotel for the time being, but it won't be long before the money dries up completely. That's why I'm begging you, Bruce, please. Let's give us another shot.
Absolutely not. You're clearly only interested in my money. Who in their right mind would oblige something so outlandish? Are you even aware of how ridiculous you are? We're divorced, and that's the end of it. We ain't getting back together. If there's even a shred of decency hidden away anywhere inside you, you'll move back in with your parents and look after your poor dad.
No, I won't go back there. I don't want to be some old man's carer. That's disgusting. Bruce, please. I'll save up your money and do as much housework as possible this time, I swear. I can change. Let me prove it to you, baby. I'll do anything, I swear. Just take me in.
Not happening. I have no interest in associating with such a gold digger. You're vile. Anyway, I'd love to carry on chatting, but I have a super important meeting to make soon. It's with my cat. I have to tickle his belly and give him some milk. Bye-bye!
Please, wait, I'm begging you. Just one more chance, that's all I ask. Let me just show you how sorry I am. Bruce!
After using up the last of her savings on the hotel, Anya could no longer afford to stay there. She was dragged out kicking and screaming by security and had no choice but to go back and live with her parents. Apparently, in return for caring for her dad, they're allowing her to live with them. Very kind after her midnight vanishing act, don't you think? I heard from a friend that she looks about 10 years older and is leaving the house less and less these days. If I had to guess, I'd say it's due to a combination of the stress of not being used to caring for her aged father and no longer having any money of her own to spend. Oh yeah, by the way, as for the company that fired me, with no one left to carry out maintenance and testing on the servers, bugs and errors started popping up left, right, and center. And it got to the point where the company computers were basically unusable. Daily life at the office was plunged into chaos, and even regular employees were no longer able to do their jobs. I received countless messages from my old boss begging me to come back, but decided to exact some petty revenge by intentionally leaving them on red and answering their calls, but then hanging up after a few seconds. I'd like to say the same thing to both my old company and my ex-wife. The biggest fish is always the one that gets away.